4. Sharknado, The Fourth Awakens. We're at the 4th Sharknado movie. They're ripping off Star Wars. I don't even care. It's awesome. There's a bunch of these movies. This is the 4th one. I already said you guys know what to expect with the 3rd one, so you guys really know what to expect now.
So the plot of the 4th movie now is about Finn seeing his son, who is about to be married in Las Vegas. Well, a Sharknado attacks. They then start showing up all over the country. That's really it. They just show up all over the country and they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. That's all there is. I gotta say, the story plays it way too safe and really just isn't that good. Like, it really isn't. It's just super safe, and it's safer than even the 2nd movie. It just has more Sharknado showing up, and I wasn't impressed really at all, and there was nothing super original that happens in this plot either. I mean, April can fly or something, wow. Also, by the 4th movie, I would expect some more character evolution between any of them, besides Finn and maybe April. Maybe some more character depth, I don't know, something, but it just falls flat on its face when they focus way too much time on Finn's wife, who's just horrible. Horrible. The plot isn't bad, but it plays it just way too cautious, and I thought it was just okay at best. It may be my least favorite plot of all the Sharknadoes. It probably is. It's just like, at its very best, it's like, it's okay. The screen time, though, was pretty good for the sharks in this movie. I will say it was not as good as the last couple movies, but it's still generally good. There are sharks flying all over, raining from the sky. It's generally good. But like I said, it wasn't perfect. There are a few parts where you go even more than like 5 minutes without a shark, which did not happen at all in the 1st or 3rd movie. So there's that. I gotta say, when they were there, though, the kills were pretty good once again, but they weren't as good as the previous movies. It feels like they were just treading the same ground and really just going through the motions for the most part. They tried to make it super crazy and it just falls flat, honestly. I wasn't very impressed for the most part and felt they could have done it better or had it funnier. It was good and better than a majority of the shark movies I've watched, but it doesn't compare to the previous movies. They were in a few exotic locations. I will say Sharks in Las Vegas was awesome. But the CGI is just so not improved at all from the 3rd movie. I can tell it's the exact same assets from the 3rd movie, which were probably the same assets of the 2nd movie anyway. So they're all just the damn same. It's really just the same old shit, and it still looks pretty horrible, but hey, it got some chuckles out of me. The acting, I gotta say, I really just don't have much to comment on. It's pretty much the same as the last couple movies, and like the rest of the movie, I thought it was just going through the motions. Finn is again the best actor and is the only one who really tries, to be honest. It's like 4 movies now and he's still the best actor. The worst actor for 4 movies now is still his wife. She's just horrible. She's even worse in this one than the 2nd one. They focus way too much time on her and it's just horrible. She has no emotion. She's just not good. Probably thinks she is, but the writers don't give a shit. Again, there's a bunch of celebrity cameos, however, I thought they were pretty lacking in this one. I didn't recognize the majority of them, and a lot of them were really, really brief, like 5 seconds brief. Like, Seth Rollins was there for like 4 seconds. The acting was just really there. There wasn't anything else to it. Overall, I think this is easily the weakest of the Sharknado series. Weaker than even the 2nd one. My problem with the movie is it's really just going through the motions. It really doesn't do anything different. And it doesn't even try to do anything different. It's just like a parody of itself, really. Like, there was the Fognados, which I thought were original, but then this movie just has like Firenados, Toxicnados, and it's just like out of control, and it's like really just a parody of itself. It's like to the point where it's just a joke. The plot really doesn't do that much. I really just hate April, which is Finn's wife, and it just goes way too much through the motions. My favorite part was near the beginning with Las Vegas. That was awesome. That was the most unique part of the whole movie, and I felt that the rest of the movie should have been like this, but it wasn't. I mean, it was really just a retread of everything. Like, it was just a joke, everything. Like, for instance, in the 1st movie, Finn gets eaten by a shark. In this one, he gets eaten by a shark, which gets eaten by another shark, which gets eaten by another shark, which gets eaten by a whale. It's just ridiculous to the point where I'm like, okay, this is just enough. So on the shark scale, I'm going to have to give the movie a 3 out of 5. It's the worst of the whole series. It plays it way too safe for its own good. It's still a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not as great or campy as the first couple movies. When you're on the 4th one, I would expect a certain level of quality, but this is the worst of all of them. I can still recommend it, and it's still way better than a majority of shark movies. I just prefer the older ones. But, I mean, At this point, you either love it or hate it. So, see you guys in the next review.